Hello, my beautiful Gemini. This is V with Pharaohs Tarot, and I'm here with your weekly elemental air gang reading. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Your cards are pulled. Before I get started, we will never reach out to you for personal readings or donations. If you would like to book a personal reading or give a donation, all the information is in the description box below. Keep in mind, we're still running our summer sale, 30% off all of the tarot readings on our site. Visit www.PharaohsTarot.com. Select the reading you would like, then head to the checkout. The coupon is already applied. All right. Let's get into it. Okay, Gemini, so in the past, the devil made an appearance as it relates to your emotional stability, maybe your emotional health. You were tied to some sort of karmic situation that you may have been obsessing about. I'm getting that you really fought to stay in this situation, be it romantic, platonic, or a business situation. The Wheel of Fortune came in to help move this process along, but there was some deep-seated subconscious ties within your life that was holding this down. It could have been a lot of mental manipulation here, a lot of gaslighting, maybe something that stemmed from you being a child and you just attracted a partner that mimicked a certain relationship you saw growing up, or a certain energy that you were accustomed to feeling that you maybe wanted to break away from. You thought that was the illusion part. You thought you were in a new cycle, but it was really just the same thing playing over with a different person. And so you were really wanting emotional fulfillment and emotional stability, and I'm getting that you really had to exude like mental toughness. So you may have really been going through a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of asking the divine, what is the source of all of this? Your crown chakra, maybe doing some crown chakra work, okay, getting rid of some sort of interference or confusion. But you had the Five of Cups. So yeah, this is definitely you focusing more on what you could potentially lose than what you have. I'm really getting in terms of your internal worth with this. And this reading, this particular reading, it's like you were looking for external validation. And that's what we're keeping you in these toxic cycles. And so you have the Nine of Swords with the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, you made a decision to let go of any manipulation. Maybe you were over just being anxious all the time, walking on pins and needles around this person or in this job or in this situation. You really stood in your power and said no to someone or something, or let go, and just only wanted to receive pure love. Okay, maybe people were giving you gifts with strings attached, like, oh, remember when I gave you this, or you know, I looked out for you then, blah 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 blah. The past is the past, you know what I mean? Like, don't allow people to guilt trip you. If a gift is given with no strings attached, okay, and yes, you want to honor the person, or, you know, show love and respect and appreciation, but if that's ever turned around on you, it's like a heavy indication that that gift was more of like a very shrewd investment. It was always intentional. It wasn't given with love, okay? And so you have the Empress with a pseudo Ten of Swords that says everything is fine. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you're really embracing your inner feminine, male or female. This is like your inner divine feminine that wants to have a softer life, that wants to be loved, that wants to be nurtured and do the same in return, and also attract abundance. Okay, so maybe this energy of you letting go of something or someone from your past could have affected your pockets a little bit, could have affected your bank account, and you were a little worried for that reason of letting it go. But the divine was saying they have so much more planned for you when you honor yourself and you honor your path, okay? A lot of love energy here. Maybe you were getting out into nature and just really feeling that energy, like really clearing your mind to get out of your own head, Gemini. And so you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Absolutely. So you may have taken an investment, taken a new start, taken some sort of like windfall, and built a new company, built a new business, built a new solid ground for yourself, maybe saved up some money, started to start a new business, or that's the path that you're on right now, something like that. You could have you took whatever toxicity from that devil energy, that Capricorn energy, and you made it work for you somehow. Maybe you turned your pain into like a testimony or something, and so you're using that to help others, or it's something like that. It's something like you sort of flipped the script. What was meant for evil, you're using for good, something like that. Okay, and so now you have Now you're moving towards mental stability. You're moving towards mental peace. You wanted to make a decision, but there's a letting go process that has to happen. You're mentally still tied to some sort of outcome. Maybe you thought things would play out the way that it should have, or like, oh, by now I would be here. By now you are where you are, and like that's a big step in moving forward. Is really acknowledging where you are, acknowledging what pieces you have on the board, so you can make a calculated risk to move forward. Okay, you can't keep living in a fantasy land, some imaginary world or something like that where things should have been. Things are what they are. Okay, and they're and the lessons that you learned are to help you, strengthen you for the path forward. You don't have to make those same choices that you made in the past. That's the point of it. But if you continue to look in the past, you're just going to keep replicating that, because what you focus on expands. Okay. So you have you're getting clarity on which way to move. Because, like I said, because you see this one behind this figure, you're moving forward, but there's some moves that you're like, so the past can also teach you what not to do. Okay. And so you're moving forward with that, and you have another ace. You got two aces from the divine right here. Okay. Air and earth, so opposite signs. Maybe you're working on polarities, yin and yang energy within yourself. But the high priestess with the Knight of Pentacles, you intuitively know that what you're working on will pay off. All right, and you just want to be mindful not to, when it comes in, it may take longer than you think, but when it comes in, it will be victorious. But you don't want to miss this opportunity, like overthink it, and then the window of opportunity closes. Okay, remember, life has seasons. Two of Pentacles with a Page of Wands. Yeah, you're trying to balance out this new passion, whatever you have going on. You want to make sure you don't overly invest monetarily, energetically. You want to pace yourself. And this is with a person, same thing. You may be feeling passionate feelings towards someone, but still just take it slow and get to know people. You know, it takes time for people to peel back the layers. And if you're honest with yourself, it takes you time to peel back your layers as well. That's just how it is. Even if you are an honest, straightforward person, being comfortable and like letting that true inner Gemini show, okay, takes time. So it's going to take time for another person. Or if it's a business venture, you know, invest a little bit at a time. Okay, markets fluctuate. Okay, especially if this is something new. You don't want to over invest in any way. Okay, so you have the Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Four of Cups, Justice with the encouraging card. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Okay, so as you move forward in your life in this new independent state that you are in, okay, you're not going to be taking a lot of offers of partnership, just quite frankly. Not that you won't take any, but you're going to be mindful of which ones are just like smoke and mirrors. This is Libra energy. You're going to be weighing out your options a lot more, whether this is like hiring like someone to help you, an employees, or you know, even love or even friendship. You know, just like expanding your circle. You're going to be a little more critical about who you allow into your space. And rightfully so. This is divine justice. This is karma. You have Libra in your chart because you know who you are now. You know your value. Okay, it took a while to get here, but you're on it now. You got the Lovers. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, something kind of lingers from the past, which is like fear. Fear of partnering, fear of loving again, fear of all the things. But it's okay because you have the Hermit here, Virgo energy. You don't mind taking it one step at a time, taking time to really organize your thoughts at the beginning and the end of the day. And Virgo is very healing energy as well, very grounding. And y'all share a planet. Y'all both share Mercury, so very you have the Lovers with the Virgo. So maybe you have that in your chart, or you're coming into contact with the Virgo or something like that. Whatever it is, you will be victorious. Okay, just be mindful, like I said, of moving too fast. You want to pace yourself. Okay, the divine will help move the energy along. Okay, you could just still take it one step at a time. The divine will help usher that new, fresh energy. Okay, we have the Shaman Oracle deck. Before I read these cards, make sure to like the video, please. Truly appreciate it. Share it out. Subscribe to the channel if you feel moved to. We would love to have you as part of this community. We are. Excuse me, we are over on TikTok as well. We go live over there, and then we have some oracle pulls on Instagram, so tap in with us on those platforms. All right, So you have the moon with the time master on the bottom of the deck. You have fire. It's just like this reoccurring message of you have this like burning desire to press forward, but you want to make sure you are maintaining a steady pace and grounding yourself. I feel like that's what that Hermit card came in, so you can pull back whenever you're getting too confused and not just continue on forward, because you are in the Empress energy. This is a leadership role. This could even be you becoming a parent or something like that. So you want to be mindful of your decisions and not to repeat any cycles of the past, okay? And you have the time master with the moon. So this kind of indicates that you feel like they want you to pull away from the idea that time is linear. Time is more cyclical, and maybe you feel like you've missed out on a lot of things because of the choices that you made with this moon card here. But remember, the moon itself goes through phases, so ups and downs are all a part of life. It's just what you do with the information as you transition is what's important. And so they want to get you out of a mental time loop to where you keep repeating the past, and to release the past and see a better future for yourself. Remember, the moon spends equal time in the day as it does outside of the day, right? It's visible and then it's not. So there's times where you may need to pull back, all right, instead of always just having that energy to go, be everywhere, kind of move so swiftly through life. They want you to slow down a bit, okay? Because you will be moving forward, but they want you to allow the feminine of attraction instead of so much that masculine, energetic, like electricity of go-getter attitude, okay? All right. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful, Gemini. If it was, like, share, subscribe. Everything else you need is in the description box below. Namaste.